In a quiet woodland edge, a fragile branch becomes the foundation of a 60-day struggle for survival. In the quiet light of dawn, the spotted dove begins the delicate task of building a nest, layer by layer, in the woodland canopy. The spotted doves, displaying typical instinct, adjust existing fibers, preparing a fragile base high in the woodland edge. In the dense canopy, life unfolds with a delicate balance of vigilance and vulnerability. The dove descends to the forest floor, selecting dry fibers. Then, returning to the canopy, it reinforces the nesting structure. The speckled dove diligently gathers dry materials, carefully arranging them to form a sturdy base in the mossy branch. The spotted dove settles beside her first egg, a precious investment. A fragile life emerges. In the shifting light of the canopy. In the shifting light of the canopy, the adult dove maintains a patient vigil over its... As the weather worsens, the adult dove stays over the eggs. Rain collects on wet leaves, and the mate returns to help. The nest is no longer just a structure. With new life inside, every change in the weather carries a greater risk. The adults adjust around the nest, the incubation stage nearing a turning point. After days of protection, the nest holds a quiet promise. The smallest changes now signal that a new stage is approaching. The storm rages, but life finds a way. In the heart of the canopy, a spotted dove shields her precious alginib. The miracle of life unfolds in the upper canopy. A vulnerable hatchling emerges from its shell, prompting the protective instincts of the parents. In the upper canopy, a new generation begins. The fragile hatchlings emerge into the dense, natural world. The nest, once containing eggs, now holds hatchlings. They require constant protection and food. The adults attend to their newly hatched young, unaware of the structural strain beneath them. The wind picks. As darkening clouds gather, the nest remains exposed to the looming threat of the storm. Moisture begins to on the branches and the storm tests the nest's integrity as water floods the branches. We must hold our ground for the chick. The recovering canopy catches the late-day sun. The juvenile, now standing taller, tests its growing wings. The returning sunlight illuminates a new phase in the young bird's development. Having outgrown the nest, it tests the foot. The expanding space in the nest tells a story of growth. The young bird, now more confident, explores the nearby. young dove takes its first steps onto the woodland floor, moving toward a new, unknown route. The young dove makes its first careful steps, leaving a trail through the leaf litter, while the adults watch from nearby branches. The young bird prepares for its first journey, guided by the watchful eyes of the adults. The young bird adjusts its footing on the branch, preparing for the ascent. Meanwhile, the adults remain vigilant nearby, observing the climb. The time has come to leave the safety of the nest and face the open skies. The young fledgling makes its first flight across the open canopy, landing on a new branch and regaining its balance.
The young bird takes a crucial first step, leaving the safety of the nest. It ventures into a new woodland lair, watched by a protective parent.
The young birds move from preparation into practical independence. The objective is to navigate unfamiliar space beyond. The adult birds guide their young away from the nest, testing their independence in the wide, open canopy. The young fledgling makes its first hesitant move away from the shelter of the canopy. The weathered nest sits empty, a testament to the life that has moved on to the wider, unexplored canopy beyond. The empty nest, a silent testament to a journey completed. A small eggshell fragment lies near the nest, adding a final clue of the completed cycle. The time has come for the young ones to embark on their journey of independence, leaving the familiar shelter of the nest behind. The weathered nest, now empty, bears silent testament to the cycle of life completed.